This is kind of a shorter novel, but I enjoyed Thérèse Raquin so much. This book proves that a novel doesn't need to be long in order to convey a message or to impact the reader. This book is about Laurent, and he falls madly in love with the wife of his friend. And Laurent and Thérèse start an affair. I always want to go on in French because it's French names, it's so weird. The two of them are madly in love, and they decide that they need to get rid of the husband in order to live their lives happily. Now, the two of them start an affair, but they decide that they can't be truly happy if the husband is around. So they need to get rid of the husband. In this way, they can finally have their happily ever after. Now, what did I love so much about this book? First of all, the writing style, it was simply amazing. And second of all, how the author was able to draw the reader into this story and into the lives of the main characters. It was like I was there and I could see everything before me like some movie. It has been weeks since I finished this novel and I am still thinking about it. And I think that is something really, really special if an author can make a reader think about his book for so long, like longer than a week. That is something special. It almost never happens to me because I tend to read a book and then forget about it a week later, but this one really stuck, you guys. This book is also really what I like to read. It is dark, it is gothic, it is realistic. At certain moments in the story, I was feeling so uncomfortable and I was cringing and I was thinking, oh my god, this is so uncomfortable, but in such a good way. This book really goes deep into the characters' minds. It explores everything that's going on inside. This book really takes a deep dive into the characters' minds, what consequences there are of starting an affair. It made me gasp. This book consumed me. And then the ending, I was sure that I knew how this would end. And then it seemed like I would get the ending that I had in my head. But then it turned out to be something completely different and it was so clever. It was so well done. I'm very happy that I've read this book with someone else, so I could have someone to talk to because there were so many thoughts going through my mind and I needed to talk about so many things in this book. I know 100% for sure that I will be rereading this book one day. It is a very thin book. It doesn't take a lot of your time. So if you're interested in this theme of love and affair and these darker themes, then I really suggest you pick this up because, you know, it doesn't take much of your time. Now, as usual, I will pick a quote, one of the quotes that I marked, and I will read it to you. An affinity of blood and lust had been established between them. They shuddered the same shudders, and their hearts, in a sort of agonizing fellowship, ached with the same terror. Now let's read the beginning of the book so you can get an idea of the writing style. At the end of the Rue Guénégaud, if you follow it away from the river, you find the Passage du Pont Neuf, a sort of dark, narrow corridor linking the Rue Mazarine to the Rue de Seine. This passageway is, at most, 30 paces long and 2 wide, paved with yellowish worn stones, which have come loose and constantly give off an acrid dampness. The glass roof, sloping at a right angle, is black with grime. On fair summer days, when the sun burns down heavily on the streets, a whitish light penetrates the dirty panes of glass and lurks miserably about the arcade. On foul winter days, on a foggy morning, the glass roof casts only shadows over the slimy paving. Mean, soiled shadows. Built into the left wall are dark, low, flattened shops which exhale the dank air of cellars. There are second-hand booksellers, toy shops, and paper merchants whose displays sleep dimly in the shades, gray with dust. So as you notice, the beginning is already kinda dark, very atmospheric, and it really contains this kind of promise of what you will be getting. It is translated by Robin Buss in this Penguin Classic edition, and I think it was on perfect. It got published in 1867 and it caused a huge scandal. Of course it did. I do understand why people were shocked, because even I was sitting there and staring at this book and thinking, whoa. Now the back says, adultery, madness, and ghostly revenge, and I think that is the perfect description for this book. Even though it caused a scandal, luckily this book got published anyway. There aren't many characters, which is refreshing and which is also kind of obvious since this isn't a very big book, but I like that this focuses so hard on these 4 characters and a cat, and it just goes really deep into these 4 people. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.